Hey guys, it's Andrew Bermudez, co-founder and CEO of Digsy again. Today I want to talk about something that a lot of my friends ask me. So a lot of my friends that I went to high school with, and other entrepreneurs who are starting startups, and just people in general. Before I started in commercial real estate, I was a self-taught computer programmer. I taught myself how to cut video and things like that. So I did a little bit, and I just love computers. I remember when my parents bought the first computer, and I put it together, and that's when I fell in love. But I'm not a great programmer. In fact, I don't even program anymore. And I think that when I say it, I think that my co-founder Alex is probably chuckling in the background, going, "Ha ha ha! You don't know anything about that," and well, at least anymore. But what's it like running a tech startup? It's challenging. It's really, really tough, and it's extremely rewarding. It's probably one of the toughest jobs that anyone could have. It's not only, when you start coming up with an idea and then trying to get some traction so you can raise funds, and that in itself is a skill set that takes some time to grasp. But I got to tell you, for every little achievement, it's totally rewarding. I wouldn't trade my life for the world. Even though it is stressful at times, I would say probably every day it's stressful, but I'll give you a glimpse on what that means. But it's just elating. It's so great to be able to wake up and say, you know what, me and my co-founders and the team that I'm working with, we created this one thing that people use to enhance their lives. For those of you who don't know, we create sales software. So unlike many sales software, we're very focused on prospecting and being able to make sales reps extremely productive so that they can do things in a matter of seconds that would take minutes or maybe even hours. And then we empower them with analytics that show them what the fastest and shortest route is to book a meeting and closing a deal based on their historical performance and the performance of their peers. And that's something that we haven't seen before. So, it's really exciting. It's really stressful. You come up with good ideas, and then you try them out and they fizzle out. They end up being terrible ideas, but you learn really quickly. The one thing that I've learned as a CEO is that it's all about the team that you hire. My co-founder is amazing, super brilliant, super talented, super driven like I am, never quits, just like I do, and it's a matter of very productive insanity because we don't quit. But I notice that when we continue moving forward, we come up with things that actually make it through. And when we try things, if time allows and it's wise enough, we'll try to try them at the same time and see which one actually wins and which ones we keep and which ones we discard. Most stressful things are, once you get funded, then you start hiring. Learning how to hire is a huge thing. Looking out for different things like, for example, work ethic, how they think, how they solve problems. That's a lot of the things that we look for in a teammate. Sometimes you get people walking through your door that you weren't even thinking of hiring. But there's just something about them, and then when you hire them in any position and you let them into your company, they freaking surprise you. And that's something that we've had at our company, and one of our most amazing team members happens to come from that scenario. Stressful things are, now that I've got the skill to recruit, it's really empowering your team, learning to let go, learning to let people make mistakes. I would say that, as a co-founder and CEO, I'm the one who raises the money, and there's people employed. Their livelihood is technically in my hands and the hands of my co-founder, but because I take the lead, I have to make sure that when we're executing, I have to be looking out months and months and months to see where we're going, because we don't want to be the Titanic where last minute, the lights turn on and you see in the dark that you've hit an iceberg and now you're sinking very, very fast. And you're not only going to die of hypothermia, but nobody's around to even see you expire. So, things like that, being able to learn and being able to just anticipate things and be on the lookout. I used to be a person who used to be anxious about those things, and they would stress me out and that. But now that I'm more proactive and I think more long term and short term, I can relax and I could be at peace, and knowing that I do all these things really, really helps. So I know probably many of you are in that situation, and feel free to leave a comment. I'll respond right away and provide you with any feedback or anything that I can do to help, because I've been there before. And we'll all continue to make mistakes, but that's okay. That's actually how we learn, and life wouldn't be fun without drama and a little action and a little rising climax and then falling action, because at the end of the day, life is definitely a story. So thank you guys for paying attention, and I'll talk to you soon.